My husband thinks I'm going to leave him because he's balding even though I'm literally bald. He's 32, I'm 28. I have a variety of issues that cause baldness. I underwent chemo a few years ago. And I also have alopecia. I've just given up on having hair and shave what little grows now. My husband is going bald. It's been a long time coming. I've been noticing thinning for a couple years. But he actually has a bald spot now. He's very concerned that I'm going to leave him. I don't understand why. I'm completely bald. Not many people want a bald woman. And it would be a little hypocritical to leave him for being bald. All ignoring the fact that I married him. I'm not going to leave him over a minor change. He doesn't believe me and keeps asking if I'll leave him. Nothing I say ever makes him believe me. I've hugged him, sat him down for long talks, kissed him, complimented him. None of it works. What do I do? You didn't leave me during cancer. You didn't leave me during chemo. You didn't leave me when I balded. Why on earth do you think I'd leave you? I love you, and it is really concerning me you think I am this shallow hypocrite. If you can't get over this, I would like you to get therapy. Because this is really concerning me. I love you. Something like that. Sounds like he needs therapy if no amount of reassurance is working for this insecurity of his. Yup. He has some deeper issue if he is so fixed on this notion. Despite the reality of the situation, if your rational arguments are not hitting home, it's time for a specialist to identify the root of the problem. Just reassurance, this is a big problem lots of men struggle to come to peace with. I wonder whether there is some anxiety at play here. Do you think he would be willing to talk to a professional? Talk to your husband about this and assure him that you love him and you would never leave him just because of hair. You can ask him to read your post here in the comments that this post gets. If something else is bothering him, then he has to tell you so you both can together fix this, but him having this here is not valid since you yourself is bald. I think this is one of those cases when someone else's feelings are purely about themselves and not about you. He's insecure that you're going to leave because he feels bad about himself, not because of anything you're doing or not doing. It's tough to say what could actually help, besides hopefully talking it out with a therapist or the like. He needs to work throughout his insecurity on his own, though your support is definitely important. I think some of the insecurity is from the fact that he is balding and not bald. I would recommend him taking power of the situation and getting rid of his hair. I did it recently, and although I would have a full head of hair if had the option, it looks good and it's nice not to have to keep watching it slowly disappear. I'm not necessarily sure on how best to approach this with him though. I'm sure someone will have better ideas on that than me. Girl, if you both can tolerate the pain, it's pretty cool to wear some head tattoos for both of you. TBH, that's what I have in mind with my wife. Though neither of us have any reason to shave our heads on a regular basis. You would look so hot with a shaved head. Can I shave it? Optional. Then undress him. Undress yourself, and shave his head. Tressless is a sub on Reddit for individuals of all genders, including men, coping with balding and hair loss. I think a lot of it revolves around regrowth or maintaining what you have. But there is some good advice regarding how to take care of yourself or someone else who is experiencing the many negative feelings associated with hair loss. I really wish this were a less stigmatized issue. Granted, for men it's often seen as much more socially acceptable than when women lose their hair. But it can be hard for anyone no matter how they identify. Best of luck to you both. Thank you to whoever posted this. You're a very kind and sweet person. I say this lightly because there's no way I can know what he's thinking. but I personally have an issue with projecting my own feelings onto myself. It may just been that learning to love you in his own way was difficult and that he was able to accept you as you are because you have medical reason. He may feel his reason for balding isn't significant enough reason to be justified like yours. Insecurity will seep in like that. The cheeky bastard. If you've been together long enough, I suggest lightly mentioning couples therapy as a way to just make sure your relationship is on track. Therapy is always good for couples as it gives you an outlet for places you didn't even realize you needed them. I hope all works out. You two seem to care deeply about the other's feelings. The thing is, in his eyes, you are the perfect woman. There is no woman on this planet that could compare herself to you. So he has a desire to be the best version of himself, to please you and make sure that you are satisfied with the man by your side. His balding now is something he can't control and it is making him unsure. This feeling is 100% independent from your look on your head. This is all about him and a growing insecurity. What were the thoughts that ran through your head when you knew that you would get bald? Were you afraid that you will look less attractive to him? If yes, then you know how he is feeling right now. Have you ever talked to him about this time and how it made you feel? You know better than anyone else what effect balding can have on you. Make sure that he knows that you know what he is going through and that the one thing that kept you sane during this time was him. Now it is your turn to make sure that he feels desired, even with a balding head. That is not something that will easily go away. It needs time and a constant show of affection to believe that it doesn't change the way you see him. Good luck and stay strong. I know this isn't relationship-wise answer. If he is that scared, hair transplant could be an option. Yes, it is expensive, but many cosmetic surgeries are expensive. I am a woman and I had hair transplant. I am pretty happy with the result. It's not bald, it's just more forehead to kiss. Men are shamed for being bald and often told how it's less attractive. It seems like a very common insecurity, unfortunately. Just talk him through it. Maybe he can join the bald subreddit and talk to other bald dudes. I can't imagine this is just about him going bald. There has to be something further down that's bothering him. Perhaps it's a larger scale body image challenge, or he just has trouble with self-image in general. Not specifically as it relates to his body. People who, for whatever reason, genuinely believe they're not lovable aren't often reassured by anything except small gestures in a lot of time. Do little things for him. Whether it be chores around the house or taking special care to note what's on his mind that day. Little things like that. Just don't expect it to stop soon. Insecurities take time to overcome. This has nothing to do with you. He's decided he isn't worth being with without hair and is projecting that judgment onto you. Whether it be through therapy, a toupee, or just taking some time to come to terms with it. This is something he needs to work through rather than something you need to convince him of. Okay, since I didn't see it all posted as a balding man as well. Yeah, I miss my hair. I get sunburned so have to wear a hat. However, going bald isn't an issue really. Just tell him balding men usually have higher testosterone levels, so his lack of hair is really a sign of his manliness. See if that helps to reassure him.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.